Right, I think we're ready to get started. So I hope you all are having a great start to your Thursday. We are excited to be here with you today. My name is Kelly Powell. I will be moderating today's session, and with me I have Lauren Kingston, Assistant General Counsel here at Applied, and we are going to be going over applied trust and transparency in AI. So a hot topic nowadays. Just a few housekeeping items before we get started. First things first, if you're having any audio or any issues throughout the session today, you can throw that in the chat. I will be happy to walk you through any audio issues or just any issues that you're having. And then secondly, if you have any questions throughout the content today, type them into the Q&A box. Even if we don't get to them at the end of today's session, we will make sure that we get you guys an answer via email, have somebody reach out. We want to make sure that you guys are getting your questions answered. So feel free to ask us those questions via the Q&A chat. And then lastly, this will be recorded today. So if you want to share with a colleague or want to rewatch, you can absolutely do so. We'll make sure that you guys get the recording once we have concluded the webinar today. So with that, I will hand things over to Lauren Kingston.
Great. Thanks, Kelly. So good to talk to you today about this important topic. But first, a quick note to remind all of our participants that this webinar is for informational purposes only and shouldn't be considered legal advice. So let's get started. Let me ask you a question. When you hear the term artificial intelligence, does it feel a little intimidating? Maybe even something to be cautious about? Or do you see it as an opportunity with real potential for our industry? We recently heard through our Voice of the Market survey that many insurance professionals feel a bit uneasy about AI. And honestly, that's not surprising. I get it too. At the same time, we're already seeing AI make a meaningful difference in how agencies operate, from optimizing marketing efforts to improving risk assessment to streamlining claims processes. AI is helping agencies work faster, smarter, and more efficiently. That said, we also know there are real concerns around cost, complexity, and the unknown. Those questions are valid, and you're not alone in asking them. But that's why we're here today. At Applied, our goal is to help remove the uncertainty and show you how AI can be used responsibly, securely, and in ways that positively support your agency. So today, we're going to talk through some of the most common myths around AI and insurance and help you separate what's real from what's just noise. So when it comes to AI, safety and security are top of mind for us at Applied Systems, and they always have been. When we infuse AI into our products for the insurance industry, we are building the products in line with our ever-constant goal of being a trusted partner to our customers. That means the AI features and capabilities we develop are designed to be transparent in how it all works, accountable for what it does, and compliant with the laws and regulations applicable to our industry. Security, of course, is a non-negotiable. Our technology can't be used unless the right security controls are in place to protect data from unauthorized access. We're also very intentional about data use. We minimize the amount of data involved in AI development and only collect and use information for legitimate, clearly defined purposes. All of our products are developed in-house and operate in their own secure environment, one that we own and control. We also believe strongly in transparency, which is why we're all here today. Because we use different types of AI models, like large language models and event-based models, we clearly label when AI is involved. You'll always know when a summary was generated by AI or when content has been edited by a human. There's no guesswork. And most importantly, people stay in the driver's seat. AI might make suggestions, but you always have the final say. You decide what to keep, what to edit, and what to discard. So let's take a look at some common AI myths we want to debunk. One of the most common things we hear from agencies is AI coming for our jobs? And to be clear, you're not alone in thinking that. This concern isn't unique to insurance. Every industry adopting AI is asking that same question. The good news is that experts don't believe AI adoption will lead to widespread job loss. In fact, research from the International Labor Organization shows that AI is far more likely to support jobs rather than replace them. Here's what that looks like in an agency setting. AI can handle the repetitive, time-consuming tasks that eat up your day, things like scanning data, drafting basic emails, or scheduling social media posts. But AI can't build that trust with a client. It can't advise a client on complex coverage decisions, negotiate renewals, or strengthen long-term relationships. Those things still require people, your experience, your judgment, and your understanding of your clients, that you've built that trust with those customers. When AI takes care of the busy work, it actually gives you more time to do what you do best, serve clients better, and think more strategically. At the end of the day, it's the human connection that makes an agency stand out, not the technology behind the scenes. Another concern that we hear a lot is this idea that AI is completely unregulated and therefore risky. With how fast AI has advanced, it can feel like a free-for-all. But that's actually not the case. While AI regulations do vary by country and region and are continually evolving, rules are already starting to take shape here in the US. At the state level, places like California have already enacted multiple AI-related laws focused on things like transparency, privacy, and accountability. At the federal level, agencies like the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, are regulating AI-generated voices and robocalls, showing that AI use is actively being addressed, not ignored. And of course, for insurance specifically, we're not operating without guardrails. The National Association of Insurance Commissioners has outlined expectations around transparency, auditability, and human oversight when AI is used in insurance workflows. Globally, we're also seeing frameworks like the EU's AI Act that reinforce those same principles: visibility into how AI works, the ability to audit it, and humans remaining in control. Are more regulations coming? Absolutely. And that's expected as the technology evolves. But the key takeaway is this: AI in insurance is not unregulated, and responsible AI adoption is already being guided by existing rules, industry standards, and oversight. The focus isn't on letting AI run unchecked. It's on using it thoughtfully, securely, and with people still firmly in the driver's seat. Another hesitation we hear from agencies is, AI sounds powerful, but are we about to completely disrupt how we work? And that's a fair concern. No one wants to turn their agency upside down just to adopt new technology. But the reality is that while AI can absolutely be a game changer, it shouldn't make your business feel unrecognizable. Most AI tools today are software as a service, meaning there's nothing new to download, no massive IT project, and no complicated setup. They're designed to just plug right into the systems you're already using. And just as importantly, you're not doing this alone. When agencies adopt AI tools, they typically work directly with the vendor's team to guide the rollout, answer questions, and make sure the technology fits their workflows, not the other way around. The key is being intentional. Come to the table with questions. Understand where the tool adds value, what risks to be aware of, and how it will impact your day-to-day processes. When AI is implemented thoughtfully, it doesn't disrupt your workflows, it supports them. It quietly improves efficiency behind the scenes while your team continues focusing on serving clients. A big concern we hear is that AI introduces new cybersecurity risks. But here's the thing: cybersecurity has always been a top priority in insurance, long before AI ever entered the picture. Risk doesn't just come from AI. It comes through phone calls, text messages, emails, every channel we already deal with every single day. And as insurance professionals, we're already trusted with large amounts of sensitive financial and personal data. That responsibility isn't new. What is new is the level of security many AI-enabled solutions can offer. Today's products can include things like end-to-end encryption, strict access controls, and data minimization, meaning only the data that's absolutely necessary is used. AI solutions can also rely on secure training datasets that are protected through multiple layers of safeguards. And here's an important point we don't always think about. AI can actually reduce risk by minimizing human error. Fewer manual processes often mean fewer mistakes. As AI technology continues to evolve, privacy and security measures are evolving right alongside it. The goal isn't to trade security for innovation, it's to strengthen security while improving efficiency. And when implemented responsibly, AI can help agencies do exactly that. Let's talk honestly for a moment. Change, especially technology-driven change, can feel uncomfortable. And when it comes to AI, it's completely normal for teams to feel hesitant, nervous, or even frustrated at first. Some people worry about job security. Others worry about learning something new on top of already full workloads. And some just feel overwhelmed by how fast everything seems to be moving all the time. If you're seeing any of that in your agency, it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means you're human. The question isn't whether fear shows up, it's what you do with it. One of the most effective ways agencies are addressing AI-related concerns is by intentionally building a culture of learning. And here's the good news. No one has this fully figured out yet. With AI, we're all learning in real time. New tools, new capabilities, new use cases. It's constantly evolving. Even the experts are still learning. In many ways, AI puts all of us back into a beginner's mindset. And while that can feel uncomfortable, it's also where growth happens. A culture of learning changes the conversation from, I'm afraid to do this, or, uh-oh, what should I do, to, I'm curious about this, or this is an exciting new opportunity. It gives teams permission to ask questions, to try new things, and even make mistakes along the way. Instead of viewing AI as something being done to them, employees can start seeing it as something they can grow with. That shift alone can turn fear into opportunity. And there's a real upside here, not just for the agency, but for individuals too. AI-related skills are becoming increasingly valuable across every industry, including insurance. Everyone is wanting to look for ways to use AI. Learning how to work alongside AI isn't about replacing what you already do well. It's about enhancing it. When professionals upskill, they become more efficient, more confident, and better equipped for the future of work. But at the same time, agencies benefit from streamlined workflows, better use of time, and teams that feel empowered rather than threatened. Creating this learning culture doesn't require massive programs or complicated change management plans. It starts with simple things: encouraging questions instead of shutting them down, making training accessible and ongoing, normalizing the idea that it's okay not to know everything right away. Learning doesn't have to be formal. Sometimes it's a team conversation, a short training session. Sometimes it's just asking, how could this make your day easier? And remember, no one is expected to navigate this alone. From the technology providers building AI solutions to the insurance professionals using them every day, everyone has a role in supporting learning. If you have questions about how AI works in your tools, ask them, reach out, start the conversation. We're here to answer those questions. If it feels like other agencies are thriving with AI and you're still trying to make sense of it, that's okay too. The agencies that will thrive in this next chapter aren't the ones that adopt technology the fastest. There's the ones that create environments where people feel supported while learning something new. When learning is encouraged, fear loses its power. And that is when AI stops feeling like a threat and starts becoming an opportunity. At the end of the day, AI isn't about replacing people. It's about investing in them. And when learning becomes part of your culture, change doesn't have to be scary. At Applied, we build AI responsibly and guide our actions with the intention of being a trustworthy partner to our customers. When developing and using AI, Applied requires that AI should incorporate the principles of ethical, transparent, accountable, and compliant. ETAC. Quite an acronym, right? This means that AI systems should be designed and developed with ethical considerations in mind, be transparent in their decision-making process, be accountable for their actions, and comply with laws and regulations. Makes sense, right? To get there, we anchor on 5 key principles to guide our design and development of capabilities that leverage AI to meet the ETAC principles. First off, we have privacy and legal compliance. We prioritize data privacy and legal compliance in all AI endeavors. AI systems should be designed to be fair and non-discriminatory, meaning they should not be biased against certain groups of people, such as race, gender, or religion. All AI features and use cases must strictly adhere to applicable data privacy laws and regulations, including but not limited to HIPAA, the GDPR, and the California Consumer Privacy Act, or CCPA. Our development and product management teams work closely with our legal and compliance teams to stay on top of regulations and their impact on our AI use. Data minimization and security. Applied requires that proper security protocols are put in place to protect data from breaches or unauthorized access. AI features and use may not be deployed unless and until such security protocols are in place. Applied minimizes data that may be used for AI development and only collects and uses information for legitimate purposes. AI models are developed in-house and live in their own independent environment, which Applied owns or controls. While Applied may use an external AI model to power certain layers, Applied does not leverage public AI offerings and limits data points to pass as inputs into such models. We further restrict such models from learning from data, and wherever possible, we remove identifying information and sanitize the data which is being used. Next up is training safely. We take appropriate steps so that identifying information is not used to train a model. Applied prohibits the use of any information at all to train a third-party AI model. AI is clear. We leverage a mix of AI models, such as large language models, as you've probably heard of called LLMs, and large events models, which you've probably less likely heard as LEMs. We provide transparency by clearly labeling any interaction with or content generated by AI to enable users to determine the impact they want AI to have on the work that humans do and the decisions that humans make. For example, we include notices indicating where a summary was created by AI and where a second paragraph of text was edited by a human. Speaking of humans, humans are in control. Humans retain ultimate control over any AI-driven actions. Users drive the workflow, control which decisions are made, and are responsible for the outcomes. Delivering experiences that keep the human in the driver's seat allows users to quickly evaluate and decide which AI suggestions to accept so that the users have confidence in the information and resulting actions. Feeling a little unsure about AI is completely understandable. Anytime a new technology comes along, especially one moving this fast, it's normal to have questions or even concerns. But the way we move from fear to excitement is by learning the facts. AI-powered technology has the potential to make a real impact on agencies and the insurance industry as a whole, but only when it's used thoughtfully and responsibly. That starts with understanding the technology we're using, and just as importantly, knowing how to use it safely. At Applied, we're committed to keeping people in control. Our AI-powered products are designed to be accountable, transparent, and compliant with laws and regulations, so you can feel confident using them in your day-to-day work. When you have the right information and the right safeguards in place, AI stops feeling like something to be afraid of and starts becoming something to be excited about. I don't know about you, Kelly, but I think that AI is pretty cool, and it's been exciting to see how it's grown and how it's going to continue to advance the industry.
Yes, and We here at Applied are very excited and have a lot of innovation that we unveiled at AppliedNet this last October, I guess it was now.
Yeah,
Um,
feels like a while ago now.
yeah, and it's something that we're very excited about. And if you all have any questions for us about how we're using AI in our products, what kinds of things we're coming out with, absolutely reach out. We would love to talk with you more about it. We also have, and I'll link it in our resources section in this webinar, but we have an entire website talking about how we use AI in our products. So it's something that if you're curious, if you haven't talked to anybody here at Applied yet, it's a great starting spot to really check out all that Applied is doing with AI. Because again, it's exciting. Um, so if you have any questions, again, put them in the Q&A. Even if you're watching this on demand later, you can still ask them. We'll still get your questions. We'll still get you answers. And if you want to talk to a sales rep about products that you don't have, or maybe the features and capabilities that are coming out soon with Recon and some other products, we will absolutely give you a call and discuss those with you. So thanks for joining us today. Thanks, Lauren, for taking time out of your busy day to talk with
Sure.
us just about AI and the different regulations and just, I think, change management. I think it's important to talk about these things and to facilitate a culture of learning. So thank you so much for bringing this to us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Enjoyed the conversation.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right. Take care.